What's going on, everybody? You are now watching another video. Gandiji.io smart contract. Decentralized, immutable, and unstoppable Ethereum staking smart contract. I'm going to preface this by saying this is a fine example of how data that's been compiled over a period of time can substantiate or validate good work being done on the blockchain. This contract is written on the Ethereum blockchain that supports the power of the network, that supports the power of immutability, that supports the power of artificial intelligence in a way, because this contract is operating autonomously without any human involvement whatsoever. The community is engaging with the contract. That's how you participate in the contract, by obtaining a Trust wallet or MetaMask wallet. You put your ETH in the contract, 10% in. You receive coins, IND coins or tokens, and you start to amass dividends automatically. Whether the contract goes up by way of volume or increases in buys or sells, both ways up and down, you amass dividends. One thing I've noticed about the dApp space, and this idea of dividends, right, that pretty much was introduced with the hourglass model contract. I think is the only, well, not the only, another area where I hear dividends is in cash flow and things of that nature is in the world of equities, right? Stocks, dividend paying companies or dividend kings. A company like, for example, Coca-Cola, they pay dividends. I believe it's every quarter in a year. I wonder if they had something in their operations, some type of mechanism that includes other ways to feed into their corporation, I guess, to increase their dividends. See, and the reason why I'm talking about this is because in the dApp space, what I've seen since the beginning, or since this space was created or introduced to the cryptocurrency world, and especially on YouTube, was contracts that tried to create other models to coincide with the original contract, to sort of like create a network, right? And all the while dividends are being incurred in the other contracts, the separate contracts, or the mini contracts, I would say, those dividends would also feed into the main contract. That's a model that I'm seeing happening for the past 2 years now. And what's interesting is how long time will tell how successful that model will be. Time will tell. With Gandiji, there's another contract that's being added to the network by way of the index decentralized exchange. So that's also going to reward IND holders who participating in Gandiji. And the thing about it is again, it's creating other ways to, creating other streams of staking streams where you can accrue Ethereum passively, excuse me, over a long period of time. And what I like about Gandhiji again is incredible because the index platform is something that's going to just pretty much help resolve an extreme need that was identified. It's not just about, you know, first in, first out, like a simple hourglass that's just being attached to Gandhiji, where you have to run in first, and if you don't, you'll get stuck, like a completely zero sum type of game or model. It's not that. So I'm looking forward to that. Um, Other contracts have, tried to, launch their platforms and create partnerships and or other contracts, subcontracts, or contracts that complement their original contracts. And I mean, it's like a small kind of like trickling effect taking place. I'm interested to see how successful Index will be with Gandhiji. Um, and the way it's looking, it seems like it's going to be very successful, more than anything else, because there's nothing else out there that's serving a need of that magnitude. You're talking about Index.io that's supposed to allow the people in a country, India, for example, basically to trade their fiat for crypto without any verification or know your customer verification that's needed. And that's incredible. That's incredible. That is incredible. Gandhiji is a powerful tool. Index, the Gandhiji by itself, separate from Index is coming. It hasn't been fully launched yet, but right now we're talking about Gandhiji that's approaching exactly 22 months in existence. It's a powerful, extremely powerful tool. And why I say that is because, in the hourglass model, people think that, they've missed out because they didn't jump in early. This contract, it doesn't matter where you jump in, because even Sonny, the developer, identified that the element of randomness is so keen and tied into this contract where you can come in at any time and enjoy the ride of the hourglass. Enjoy when when the contract increases or goes down in value, getting divs both up and down. You didn't have to be the first one in the contract when it launched to really amass dividends. You don't. You simply don't. At any point, you can jump in and interact with the contract and understand how this thing works autonomously and pretty much get a decent um, idea in how Hourglass works, right? But it's is more than just about an hourglass, because the mission that's tied to this contract is also something that's very important. It's not just about entertaining people. The mission that's tied, this contract sets itself apart from everything else right now. Everything else right now, because most of the contracts that are out here in the crypto space, whether it doesn't matter which blockchain, they have this gambling casino type element, you know, going on in the contract where you're playing games and stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that. But this right here, this contract with Gandhiji.io, it teaches you and it'll force you. Well, one of the things that I see that can help someone definitely be successful in this contract, and this is just my opinion, and for whatever it's worth, whatever Satoshi it's worth. I'm never given financial advice. If you have patience, like real patience, people talk about being hodlers, and long term. I'm talking about really set it and forget it. Like if you have patience and you interact with this contract for the first year, anyone who's been in this contract, if they held on for the entire year, the annual return was 836%. That's over 2% a day in dividends. Over 2% a day in 2018 into 19, where the bear market was in full effect. Even after that 12-month period, between 12 and 20 and 22 months to date, whenever a person would gotten in, if they were to just held on, right? Because there's no problem with selling at any point either. But you would hold on to your ETH, which is what you always receive because it's in your MetaMask wallet. No one controls that but you. It's your involvement with the contract. It's you and the contract directly. This is incredible. You would have also earned returns within the last 6 months, 7 months, between I would say like within from like the 17th to the 22nd month or whatever, up to now, from the 17th month to now, you would have also earned. At different points, the cycle goes up and it goes down, but no one can call it. But all the while, those who've remained in the community, who've remained interacting with the contract, received stake, received Ethereum, received dividends, more than what they put in. And the community also benefits at the same time. So it's powerful. It's powerful. Um, I'm interested in also seeing how another contract plays out. Dominance.io. Definitely interested to see, um, how that unfolds. It's also interesting. I like Gandhiji, and I'm looking forward to seeing how Index.io and Dominance.io fares in the future. But for now, I'm sorry, I keep saying Index because the token is IND, so I keep getting it mixed up with the decentralized exchange. But for Gandhiji, the IND token, you get into it, you'll have a decent experience. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I really have to say. You know. Hope you liked the video. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the next one.